What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Football Safe Space. I am 7 o'clock, part of the Las Vegas Fantasy Football Conference, going down Labor Day weekend. I am again accompanied with my brother from another mother, Brother Fox. How you doing?
Hey, I'm well, brother. Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
okay. And in the other corner, we got the
Mhm.
Warden of the South,
No doubt. No,
Big E, aka the Fantasy Football Big Guy. How are you, King?
hey, I appreciate that, brother. Last week you called me brother from another mother. You was slipping on me. Don't think I forgot, but I said
Hey,
it's all love. You know what I'm
I haven't
saying?
been drinking yet, so
Uh,
we good.
okay. It's all love. I'm highly favored and I'm blessed, man. Hey, much love to y'all, man. I enjoy this hour. Let's get it.
Hey, we need that on a T-shirt. Highly favored.
Yes,
Yes,
We,
we
we
sir.
will.
need that on a T-shirt.
We'll get it.
But since we're talking about brothers, Brother Fox, how can the good folks take care of us?
As always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's the Help a Brother Out special. So
Yes,
Ooh,
help a brother out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It goes a long way, and we truly appreciate it.
no doubt.
okay. I see you, Neon Burst. Hard drinks.
Uh,
8%. Okay.
oh, 8%. You drinking Steel Reserve? What's
That's
up?
it right there, baby.
no,
What's
I'm
going on,
not.
Sarcastic? How you doing, brother?
Hey, sarcastic in the house as always. Much love to you, brother.
So, uh, we getting into our tight end rankings. We're kind of wrapping up the rankings aspect of the summer, June tight
Yes,
ends.
sir.
As always, I'm gonna ask y'all want to start at the front or y'all want to start at the back?
Hey,
Start at the front. Hey, we started a good thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Always the red,
Y'all have
never
a
the
preference
black.
of who goes first?
Hey,
I'll
I
go
go
first.
first this
No,
time.
no, no, no. I got it. I got
Oh,
it.
you want it? Okay.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll
I
take it.
called out 7 last week, and you went first. The other, you got the floor. Let me hear you.
All
I know
right.
you what you gonna say.
Well, I feel like number one should be consensus, but we'll
Mm,
we'll see. We'll see though. My number one tight end, Travis Kelsey.
Okay.
mm.
He's catching the ball from who I got my shirt on here for young Pat Mahomes. 6 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. No other tight end in history has ever had more than back to back. He had 92 catches last year and had over 120 targets.
Mm,
With Tyreek Hill leaving the offense, that opens up an additional 120 plus targets. The ball has to go somewhere.
That's right.
Um, he last year he led all tight ends in touchdowns with 9. And I could potentially see the increase in balls because Hill's gone. Future Hall of Famer.
No doubt
I'm not
about
mad
it.
at it. I'm not mad
Hey,
at it. Who you
hey,
got, Biggie? Who you got, Biggie?
hey, beautiful selection, my brother. I
Mm,
too. Hey, we ain't gonna start off like the wide receivers, but I too have Travis Kelsey.
There we go.
It's kind of like Scottie Pippen when he said, "Thank you for our last stand." Yeah, because
oh,
this the last
oh,
this the last good season for him. But uh,
oh.
but it will
This
be
guy.
one of the most productive seasons. Let me say that with Tyreek Hill being gone. He done it 6 years in a row. I don't know. He's a freak of nature, man. I mean, he came in, he's done his thing. I think the target's going to be more. Um, I don't know. I think he's going to be the go-to guy. Obviously, I mean, it ain't no stopping him if he can stay, uninjured because the ball is going to come to him. So if he doesn't get hurt, I think he's hands down the number one.
Mm.
He's missed one
Shout out
game
to
in the
Albert.
Patrick Mahomes era, so
No doubt, no doubt.
he
He
don't
was second
necessarily
in
get hurt.
yards. He was second in yards, so he can be overtaken.
Shout out to Albert.
Hey, I'll be
Hey, good
trice.
evening, Albert. Albert, you always show love.
Yes,
Always.
sir.
You know, this was actually really difficult for me. So I think it's a lot closer than people are giving credit to.
Right.
And I actually went with Mark Andrews as my tight end one.
Okay. I respect it.
Um, last year's last year's tight end one, averaging 17.7 per game. 5, 6 games he didn't even have Lamar Jackson. 6 years younger than Travis Kelsey. And it's no knock on Travis Kelsey. We know the monster that he is. Brother Fox gave us the stats. Uh, we know targets are going to be there, but we don't know the quality of the target because 2 things that I do know: the top will not be lifted off the defense like it was because the cheetah is gone, and they have one of the top 5 slot receivers they just acquired from Pittsburgh that will be in the same area as Travis Kelce. You're telling me that you got a guy like Steph Curry and Tyreek Hill that can spread the floor. You lose him, and then you add another big man in the post to work the paint. I think he's a boss. I have him as my number 2, but I'm going to go with Mark Andrews, 6 years younger, and on the come up. He's had 3 consecutive top 3 finishes. He was last year's tight end 1 overall and points per game, and I just went with Mark Andrews.
No doubt. Good pick.
Okay. Hey, well, we'll start it there. My number 2, Mark Andrews. I agree with a lot of stuff you were saying. You know, he did lead all tight ends last year in catches as well as yards. And you know, he finished number 1 with Lamar being out the bulk of the season. You know, he's Lamar's number 1 wide receiver. He's the wide receiver 1 in Baltimore. So I look for him to have a great season. If I had to take him, I still feel like he won't go until like late second, top of the third. I still feel like he's a quality player though.
No doubt about it. I'm with y'all. I'm with you. Number 2 for me, Mark Andrews. I mean, Mark Andrews is special. Sometimes I question some of his catching ability. He does drop some balls. He does. You know, that's the only knock I have on him. And with you know, Hollywood gone, which they do have a few other, you know, keys, but Hollywood kind of would stretch the field a little bit, give him, you know, a little bit, you know, Jackson a little more options to run or to, you know, hit to Mark Andrews. So we're gonna see, but I think that Andrews keeps it going. He's younger than Kelce. I think he has a little bit, you know, he has more in the tank. So definitely Mark Andrews is my number 2.
You know, Sarcastic said Andrews top 2 and he's not 2. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult. Definitely the better value because you can get him a cool 18 picks later. But my number 2, Travis Kelce, you can't knock the man. If Cooper Kupp is fun size white chocolate, then Travis Kelce is king size. The man does work. Hey, respect to him because that girl had to pay for half of everything. So salute to Travis Kelce on that note.
Cheap, man.
Hey, They want equal rights. They gonna get equal rights. All right.
Me too.
Okay. So a straight dog, 159 vacant targets. Got to go somewhere. I think him and Juju are going to tear up the middle part of the field. He could easily finish as number 1. I wouldn't be surprised. He could easily finish as number 1, but I just had him as my number 2 because of the vacant 146 targets from Hollywood Brown, and he don't stretch the field like the cheetah does. Kelce, you would have to take him probably 11 or 12. That's what I've been seeing him get mocked.
No
easily doubt. A top 15 pick. 32 years old. Little long. A little long in the tooth. But he's gonna still get it done. Is he still gonna get it done? Brother Fox, who you have as your number 3 tight end?
Well, I feel like there's a big division between 1 and 2, and then I feel like that second tier tight end starts once you get to the number 3 tight end. My number 3 this year is Pitts.
No doubt.
So the reason for that, he had 110 targets last year as a rookie, which was 20% of the share of the offense in regards to the receiving yards. He only had 1 touchdown last year, so I feel like there's always a ton of improvement that you're going to see out of there. You know, it was his first year in the league. He's getting accompanied to the actual system. Exactly, I appreciate that. You know, he's only staying. His only other competition now, without Ridley being in there this year, is only going to be Drake London. You know, so I still feel I'm confident that he's going to see a fair share of the balls. I see him going top to mid 4th round.
Okay. I hear you. Well, we 3 for 3. My number 3 is Kyle Pitts. Five. You on it tonight, Bob. Kyle Pitts, like you said, he has nobody else, no competition. I mean, simply, you got Cordero Patterson, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Drizzy Drake, You got Drizzy Drake in there trying to, do a little something, but I mean, who knows, with the quarterback situation. But Pitts,
Absolutely.
getting 1,000 yards in his rookie debut. He's a beast. He was a beast in Florida, and he's gonna continue. I mean, he's the tight end of the future, and I like to see him line up in some wide receiver. They did that a lot last year, so I think more like late third. Like you said, it's tiers to it. You know what I'm saying? And this next tier is like three players, and then it's just a drop off.
I couldn't agree more.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with the. There's a clear 1A, 1B, and then there's 3A, B, C, D kind of area where there's 3 or 4 guys that could all be number 3. I actually went with Darren Waller, the veteran, looking to get paid. Devontae Adams, I think, is a blessing to him because that's just going to open up more for him when healthy. He outside of last year, he's had 2 top 2 finishes in the last 3 years. I think people are sleeping on him. I think he's a great value. He was hurt last year, which is a reason why he finished as tight end 17 points per game at 12.1. He was number 7, but he was also banged up a lot last year. If healthy in a contract year, Waller, for me, I like the consistency of 2 top 3 finishes in the last 3 years. So I have Waller as my 3.
Okay.
Hey,
strong.
Absolutely. Well, my number 3 is also Darren Waller. My number 4.
Wait. You're 4. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, my number 4. Now, where would you take Waller if you had to pick him?
So where he's trending, great question. Where he's trending is on that 36, 38, 40 turn. So he's kind of a late third. Probably realistically, you could get him early to mid 4th, like that 4.1 to 4.5. I see him in that 37 to 41 range pick overall.
For sure. Yeah, so I agree with you on a lot of your points you made about Waller. He's had multiple productive seasons now under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
He had 93 targets last year, which was 23.5% of the target share there in Oakland. And I feel like in the situation of, he missed some time towards the end of the year. And, with Adams coming in and now Renfro there as well, I'm hoping that Adams is going to lift the entire boat, lift the whole ship, kind of thing. And it should open up some more ability over the middle for Waller if he can stay healthy. Yep. Plus, like you said, it's a contract year. The man needs a ball out if he wants to get paid like it. So, I could definitely see he only had 2 touchdowns last year. So I could definitely see him
6 to 7.
5, 6. I don't see 6 to 7, but I think 5 to 6. And I feel like he should have a top 5 finish as long as he can remain healthy. I see him as a mid to late 4th rounder.
No doubt. Hey, I like that. I went a little bit different, and I struggle with this with those 2. But with me, I feel like that I'm going with George Kittle. I'm going with Kittle myself. But because yes, we all know he is a blue tent boy. He is
boy,
co-captain. Hey, salute to him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think we still, you know what Debo's going to do. But Kittle, when he is healthy, and if he can stay healthy, we know what he can do. We've seen him stiff arm, got cats all the way down the field.
Absolutely.
Iowa, you know what I'm saying? A boy from, you know what I'm saying? He been
corn-fed.
Yeah, corn-fed. Yeah, you took it out the words out of my mouth. So, we know what he can do. And, I think the trade from the Bay is going to get some play. And I think that, he's going to shine more. I really hope that he stays healthy. I want to see a fully healthy Kittle, let people get what they draft this year. So my 4th.
I too have George Kittle as number 4, co-captain of the blue tent behind Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
Always a high risk, high reward. If you looked up that word in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of George Kittle, man. You live by the 3, you die by the 3, and George Kittle is the 3, man. Averaging 14 points in a banged up year. Another banged up year, averaged 14.1, which was 4 overall. Despite missing a couple games, he still was the tight end 4. So he still gave you a top 5 finish, and he didn't even play. He missed
Right.
2 games, and he was hurt for another 2. So at some point, you gotta just risk it. I think you can get him in that kind of where Waller's going, in that early to mid 4th,
Right.
and because of the injury issues, it's baked in. So you're no longer spending that late 2nd, early 3rd where he was going. Now the injuries are baked into the ADP and the ECR. So I think 4th round is a good spot to get him. Kittle's ADP is 41 and Waller's is 44. You know it, baby.
Right.
I'm not even looking at it. I don't need no cheat sheet.
I know that's right.
Who you got as your tight end 5, Brother Fox?
My tight end 5 is George Kittle. Despite a very run heavy offense, Kittle has definitely been producing like a top tight end. Obviously he puts up by far the most yards after the catch when he's healthy. He obviously forces a lot of missed tackles as well. We like, as Big E would say, he is a blue tent boy for sure. But for me, the only reason why I don't have him higher on this list is, there's some unknowns in the offensive scheme. Obviously, Jimmy G got him the football, and now with the new quarterback, we don't know what style of offense Lance is going to be running out there. As well as we don't know. There's a new offensive coordinator now for the San Francisco 49ers. So we don't even know, is it going to be a more run-centric offense? Is it going to be throwing it downfield? There's still a lot of unanswered questions. If Jimmy G was there, I would clearly have him as late 4th rounder. But since he's not there, and I feel like his numbers could take a hit. If you look at the games that he played with Trey Lance, his numbers were significantly lower. I say top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th?
Ooh.
Yes, sir. You saw in our fantasy football league with the 12 members of the team. Did you see how far he went? He failed. He went late 5th. He's gonna drop. I promise you.
Ooh.
Hey, I hope he drops so I can get him, because I definitely want
that's good. I'll take that.
I take that 5th round.
Take that. Bad boy.
Don't get me.
We appreciate you guys joining us. If you could hit that like button, we appreciate it. If you want to add an emoji, if you really, really like us, you would add an emoji. Shout out to Fantasy Football Network. Shout out to the Melon app. Who you got as your tight end 5?
All right. Oh, my tight end 5. I think we're all in the same, category, but we just a little bit mixed. The Walrus, of course, Darren Waller. I think that he is my tight end 5. You see Albert, the stat guru. He's gonna tell you, he's going a little bit after, Kittle. He's sprinkling us. But I think with Renfro, he got his new little contract. You got Adam coming in, and he paid the man. You know what I'm saying? You pay the man, you got to give the man the ball. So he's gonna get the ball. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Raider fan. Waller was borderline dirt. He was borderline dirt in some of the games. And if you know what I'm saying, if you're not available to play, then what good are you to the team? I'm not trying to hate on him, but Plug did also say that he was looking for a trade. Remember when we were Plug, we were talking about it. So his heart might not be all the way in it. You know what I'm saying, with the Raider Nation, and plus with the new people that we have, his role is going to diminish. So we're going to see how it goes. But I got him as my 5. I still would take him in the 4th round, though.
I might get a little flack for this, but I actually have Dalton Schultz. It's funny that Albert said that. I'd wait 2 rounds later for Schultz. Schultz was tight end 3, quietly tight end 3. No Amari Cooper. That's just going to be more like what Zeke do. That's more for him. Just got franchise tag today. Didn't get the long-term deal. He's got a ball out. They're betting on him. He's betting on himself. Overall, points per game, he was tight end 5. Overall, he was tight end 3. Young, hungry, contract year. I had Dalton Schultz actually as my tight end 5. And you can get him realistically, you could probably get him 7th round.
Yeah.
If you really, really want him, you maybe pay the 6th, but 7th round after you get your core, your quarterback, or maybe even wait on quarterback, and you just get 3 running backs, 2 receivers, and maybe even get an extra some trade bait, and then take Schultz in the 7th, and then maybe get you like a Russell Wilson in the 8th. You'd be good to go. Running backs come workhorse running backs are hard to come by, so I wouldn't mind going triple running back, double receiver, and then maybe getting Schultz in the QB. Brother Fox, tight end 6.
All right, my tight end 6. I think this is where we're all going to take some different routes. My tight end 6 is T.J. Hawkinson. Now, he's a very hard player to rate. Truth be told, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. Last year, he only played 12 games.
Blue Tint Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. And, he's a blue tint boy, and he's also suffered from some inept offenses. I see him. He potentially could put up some good numbers at the beginning of the season. We don't know how the Lions offense is going to change throughout the year, especially if Jameson Williams comes back at some point. But I envision the Lions getting ran through by a lot of teams and him scoring those garbage time points, getting them garbage time numbers. As long as Goff's at the head, I don't see the Lions doing much. So I feel like he can definitely eat in those late game situations. He's my tight end 6.
No doubt of respect that.
Where would you draft him? Sorry.
No,
draft wise, I feel like he's gonna be like late 7th, early 8th. He'll be around the same area that Schultz is.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. My number 6, a surprise was 7. It was on it with 5. I like Schultz. I like Schultz. They have to go somewhere with the ball. Cooper's gone. Zeke ain't doing none of this no more. Zeke definitely ain't doing that. And I mean, but this is Schultz's last stand. We done heard the Schultz. The hype train has been on this man for about 2 or 3 years. And
that was Blake Jarwin.
Right. But
that's Jarwin.
Look at that from him.
Right. But I mean, Schultz, they said it last year some too. You know what I'm saying? They were talking him up. And I mean, he did shine. I mean, to be, third, like you said, I mean, that was surprising. That's a surprising stat. But at the same time, I mean, he has the opportunity to be first. I mean, if you see, he has nobody else to throw to. Dak got to get his shine, and he's not going to run too much because we saw with the ankle. So, I mean, he's going to throw that ball off. He might run a little and then tap some over to Schultz and let him make a play. But I think he's going to have a bigger year this year. He will fall, like I said, 7th round, and so it probably will be a steal for somebody.
I like it. For me, I went with Kyle Pitts as my tight end 6. I know that he's about 3 slots below you guys. I'm just not a firm believer in the offensive coordinator, head coach, who was the former OC from the Tennessee Titans when Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards. The head coach is a run-first guy. They went and got a stud running back. They let Mike Davis go. I think they're going to get back to their running ways. What no one's talking about is Matt Ryan ain't there. That's not the same Dan Quinn all-air offense, and he still did solid as a last year as a rookie, tight end 6 points per game. He was actually tight end 12, which nobody's talking about. He was a rookie, so you got to give him a little leeway. He's going to get better, but Marcus Mariota's throwing him the ball.
No doubt.
Marcus Mariota ain't been a starter in the league in 3-4 years. He lost his job to Ryan Tannehill at the end of the day. So I like the talent of Pitts, but the situation don't sit right with me. And that's why I have Andrews, Kelsey, Waller, Kittle, Schultz ahead of him. He could easily finish in the top 3. But for me, it's going to be garbage time when he shines the most because I don't trust Marcus Mariota personally.
No doubt about it.
Man, talk about it. When would you draft him?
Oh, so he is going as tight end 3. He's going where you guys have him drafted, which is, he's going right after Andrews, who I have seen go early 3rd. So Pitts is going early to mid third before Kittle and Waller, who are going late third, early fourth.
Right.
But where would you draft him?
I can't do that. I would take him in the fourth and hope that my man from Ryder from they were red and black.
That's what
Cincinnati
Bearcats. If Ryder could bail him out at the end of the season, but for me, I can't spend the third round on Pitts when I could get Schultz in the 6th, 7th round. And Schultz got Dak Prescott throwing him the ball, and they got chemistry together. And Schultz already averaged more points per game than him, and Schultz is in a contract year. It's hard for me to justify taking him in the third where he's going. Now, if he was there in the fourth, maybe. But for me, because of the price and people are gassing him up, it's like California houses out here. You know, you got 2 bedroom, like 800 square foot in the worst neighborhood, and it's going for $350,000. I can't do it. I'd rather be a renter. So I'll probably pass on Kyle Pitts, to be honest with you, with his current price.
Right. You think, but you think, and that was the question I was going to ask. I think it was Mr. Sarcastic. Was that him that said, he's not going to have the job? No, it's Albert. Mariota, I don't think he's going to have the job long. I really don't. I think maybe the first couple of games, a little bit of, he might bring in some wildcat, but I don't see him keeping the job. I really don't.
Yeah, long term, I don't think he's going to be the guy. We have 2 parts. Sarcastic sake, Mariota loves tight ends at Tennessee.
Yes,
he fed the ball to Waller games. He played 25 points per game. It wasn't a full season. We already saying Ryder's going to take him over. And another thing, I've heard this a lot right here. Marcus Mariota supported Delanie Walker, but you weren't drafting Delanie Walker in the 3rd round.
No.
He supported him. Yeah, so you had Delanie Walker as a tight end 6, tight end 7. You wasn't spending a 3rd round pick. So yes, he supported Delanie Walker into a top 6, top 7 finish, not your early 3rd round pick, which is the price. I just, for me, I can't do it. If you want to do it, I would never knock you. I would never judge you. That's what makes fantasy football as great as it is right now. It's your opinions and your thoughts versus my opinion, my thoughts. At the end of the day, we're going to find out 7 o'clock was right. But that's not here nor there. But yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
And Delanie Walker made you hold your breath the whole game and get a touchdown at the end. You know what I'm saying?
He came through at the end.
He came through at the end. That's what I said. It's going to be garbage time. I just said that. Pitts is going to do his thing. He's going to be the Jalen Hurts of tight ends, where he going to have you 4-6 points through 3 quarters, and then he going to end up with 17 at the end of the day.
No doubt.
But still, I'll take 17.
Hey, you dropping knowledge on him.
Who you guys got as tight end 7?
My tight end 7, Dalton Schultz. Similar to what you guys were saying. With Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson out of the offense, that opens up quite a few targets down the field. And as we said on a previous video, Dak got to throw it to somebody, right?
Hello.
He's coming off of a 101 target season where he finished as tight end 3 in half PPR and tight end 5 in full PPR. So I look at it as like, he's coming off a solid season, which is what got him the franchise tag. I feel like if he wants to get that big contract, he's gonna have to show out this year. And I still feel like you could definitely get him in like the mid to late 7th and have a fantastic tight end on your end.
No doubt about it. No, I like the pick. My number 7, I got Hockenson, TJ Hockenson. I believe it'll be
Talk about it.
It'll be a whole lot higher to me, if he stayed healthy. But he's like a poor man's George Kittle, injuries included. You know what I'm saying? They both in the blue tent. You know what I'm saying? They greet each other at the blue tent. So I don't like the quarterback situation is kind of, you know what I'm saying, iffy, but can be productive. I think that Hockenson, he has all the talent in the world. I think we saw the Thanksgiving game with a toe tap in the back of the end zone and caught it and
immensely skilled.
Hey, he a first round draft pick, dude. Top 10.
No doubt, no doubt. We was full on deep fried turkey at the time, but we all saw it. So I'm gonna go with Hawkinson, and hopefully he'll stay healthy, stay out that blue tent.
Absolutely.
Normally, I don't do this. Normally, I do not put in unsigned guys or guys that are holding out
Okay,
on my list at
I know
all. Or
where
usually, I drop them.
Oh, he's
I know where you're going.
Usually, I drop them down. But you can't deny the chemistry. You can't deny the situation, and you can't deny the stats. Gronkowski last year was tied in 7.
Yes.
He averaged 14.3 a game. So Kyle Pitts averaged 10.4.
Mm.
Gronk averaged 14.3 points per game. He was actually tied in number 3. You know, yeah, he's the OG. He is the OG blue tent boy.
Yes.
But when he's available, you've seen in the Super Bowl. You've seen in the Super. Randy's seen it firsthand. I was there. I was with Randy outside of Oakland firsthand, and that's not no dig. Hey, the boy catches touchdowns. He got the yak. He just a blue tent OG. But hey, if you get him in the 8th, 9th round, and you can get 12 games out of Gronk, you winning.
Right.
You winning.
True.
Tied in 7.
Tight end 7.
What else can I say? Overall points per game, but tight end 3. I got Gronk at 7.
Okay. And like I said, and like we said, I think all these tight ends, they're just gonna filter in. You know, you can throw them in.
Right.
If I don't get one of the top 5 guys, just being honest with you, I'm taking 2 tight ends at the end, and then I'm gonna work and see how I'm gonna get it. That's how I do it.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. All right. So my tight end, let's see, what are we on? We're on tight end 8.
8, yeah.
My tight end 8, Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
Now, I'd say similar to the Waller situation. I'm betting on the fact that he's going to be benefiting from AJ Brown coming to the offense. Having a what? Okay, see, there we go.
No. Or Albert be like, he be impatient, bro, because he be like, Gronk or hurt. 7. I got Gronk. I already got my list written down, so I'm not cheating, Albert. I'm not just filling in as you say stuff.
Yeah.
But I got Ertz as my 8. Go ahead, brother Fox. I didn't mean to cut in, but
it's all good. But yeah, like I was saying, similar to the Waller situation, I feel like Goddard is going to be benefiting from AJ Brown coming to the offense. Hurts is in even though it's a very run heavy offense, and Goddard put up 4 touchdowns last year, and it's like a put up or shut up year for Jalen Hurts. Now he has all the weapons on the outside to be a productive quarterback. They saw what he can do with his legs. They saw what he can do commanding the offense. But now they want him to take that next step. And, next step is year 3, year 4. So I'm looking for big things for Jalen Hurts. And since I'm betting on Jalen Hurts, I'm betting on Dallas Goedert is going to be one of the beneficiaries of that offense. I could see him being a top 10 tight end, truthfully.
No doubt. Hey, I agree. I like that pick. My number 8 is a little different. It might be off y'all's board, but to me, number 8 for me is Dawson Knox. I'll put him in there. I mean, you only have Diggs to compete with. You got Gabe Davis, but you don't have to worry about a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have Allen. You know what I'm saying? That be the number 1 quarterback most of the time. Knox was catching touchdowns, and he won a lot of people. Not he might not have won you the league, but he might have got you to the championship. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting 2 touchdowns a game for a little while. So I definitely think that he'll step his game up a little bit higher. He's one of the guys that if nobody's targeting, I'm targeting, because he definitely has the potential to be a top tight end, at least a top 10 easily.
I had him on 2 out of my 3 teams last year. And he was a tight end, I think 3 or 4 before he had that injury where he had to miss time. And he wasn't quite the same guy through the rest of the year.
Right.
So I like him a lot. I have him a little bit lower on the list for me, but I like him a lot. My tight end 8 is Zach Ertz.
Okay.
I have him as tight end 8. Last year, he actually, even with the trade, learning a new system, new quarterback, 2 new quarterbacks, because Kyler wasn't quite himself, and I think Matt Barkley might have been the quarterback when he got there. Zach Ertz was tight end 5 last year. Nobody's talking about that. That man, for the longest time, you talk about long in the tooth. That man been doing it for. It was a conversation between him and Gronk. I feel like 7-8 years ago, and he's still getting it done. Points per game, still 11, but still averaging 10 points a game, which is the same as Kyle Pitts. And then now you don't have any DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6.
Right.
He's got a little bit of rapport. He's got more recent rapport with Kyler Murray than Hollywood Brown does, even though they did play, they had the Oklahoma days. But that was, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Ertz could be a sneaky guy. I wouldn't even mind drafting Gronk and Ertz in like the 9th, 10th round, and then just whoever's healthy and just run off that. Because I mean, at that point, it's tight end roulette. We know after top 6, top 7, it's tight end roulette.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there it is. Man, Albert, I always invite you on this show. I wonder how. I don't know
on the show, man.
You're always welcome to join us. We appreciate you. I trust you enough not to say nothing crazy that's gonna get us canceled. You know, we the only brothers in fantasy football, so we can't afford no slip ups.
I'm telling you, hey, we gotta keep it game tight.
Ain't no Weinstein going on. Ain't no R. Kelly going on. Ain't no what's my man from House of Cards? Kevin Spacey. Ain't none of that going on over here, bro. We have our little beer.
Yeah,
that's it.
I know, right? Oh man, y'all crazy.
I don't know if they have Max Williams. I think they got rid of Max Williams.
No, they resigned Max Williams.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh, no, he got hurt, right?
He got hurt, and they brought him back.
Oh.
And then they drafted a tight end in the 3rd round, like you said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Sarcastic, if you ever want to come to the safe space, especially next week, I think we're just gonna do like a freestyle and just shoot the stuff.
Yeah,
we're gonna shoot shit next week.
I mean, the issues going on.
If you want to join us, I'll DM me on IG. I'll send you the invite, and we're just gonna shoot the shit because we done with the rankings, and then we're gonna do our end of the month mock draft on the 28th. So to the 21st, if you guys just want to come on and giggle and goof around, and if you don't want to, there's no pressure, but I will extend the invite to you guys for being regulars and for holding us down because we really appreciate y'all. Like we say it, but it really, yep. Yeah, Big E will tell you. We talk about y'all. We really appreciate it. And even Sario Sushi.
Yeah.
Even Randy's nemesis, his Vegeta. We appreciate y'all, man. We're trying to make a living out of this long term. You know, we still learning. We in our infancy stage. We've been doing this for less than a year. But on the tight end 9.
All right, tight end 9. I'm gonna pick up where Big E left off. Dalton Knox. I feel Buffalo has a high-powered offense, but it wasn't always incredibly friendly to the tight end. I know you were saying that at the beginning of the season, Dawson was putting up those crazy numbers, and he was a top 5 tight end. The reason why was because week 4 they played against the Kansas City Chiefs, and he scored 2 touchdowns against us deep. Like I want to say they were like 45+ yard touchdowns, was significantly boosted his numbers. I feel like when it comes to like an athletic matrix, Dawson Knox he was a mid-round draft pick for a reason. He's not high-end athletic ability. I think he benefits from playing in an offense with Josh Allen. The fact that Josh Allen's going to run around and give him extra time to actually get open. But he only had 71 targets last year. So I feel like he's one of those tight ends that even in a high-powered offense, he's going to have a low roof, but he'll have a high ceiling. He'll get you middle-tier numbers. He's not going to win you your fantasy football league, but he's going to get you enough to that you'll feel like it's sufficient for the tight end position.
No doubt about it. I appreciate that. Yeah, he sprinkled. You extended the olive branch. So I'll take that. And I'll take Dallas Goedert because you had just got off of him. So I'll put that in. Dallas Goedert, to me, I mean, he's a special player. I've liked the way he played, but I think that Jalen Hurts needs to find him a little bit more. Sometimes you saw him streaking down the field, wide open, hand up, and Jalen Hurts, he didn't have a clue in some of those plays. But then what was my man that came from Jacksonville? I don't know why it slips my mind.
You keep forgetting his name, Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
What's the respect on Uncle Rico?
Minshew magic, baby.
Respect on Uncle Rico's name, all right?
Because he was, you know what I'm saying? But look, but when Gardner Minshew came in, you know, I was his best friend, and I mean, Goddard showed out. I almost cussed. I always got the brothers in trouble, but yeah, he showed out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he's going to, you know, shine. I feel like you said, with AJ Brown, you know, being on the other side, they have other weapons. You know, hopefully Miles Sanders or one of the, you know, like Fox's word, plethora of running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah. He killed you with that last week 7. But plethora. But yeah, with all the running backs that they have, that somebody can step up and give God a little bit of room to shine. You know, so yeah, I think God is a big guy.
Okay. Where we at? We at number 9. I got Hockenson. Blue tint all the way. And he not in that North Carolina blue. He in that Duke, Blue Devil.
Oh, yeah.
He stay hurt, man. First top 10 pick, top 10 talent, athleticism, crappy situation. He could be the Jalen Hurts of tight ends and just eating the garbage time, but he can't stay healthy. But points per game, points per game. He number 6. He number 6. He can give you top 6 production when he is healthy. So because of the Blue Devil tint, I had to put him at 9. But he is a top 6 talent.
Yes.
TJ Hockenson is my number 9. And you can get him. You know, I feel like people are still not the baked in. You know, we were talking about that earlier with Kittle. Kittle is a top 26, top 28 pick. But because of the injury, he's going 38 to 44.
No doubt.
I feel like Hockenson is not getting that because he is the poor man's Kittle. But he's still going 3rd, 7th round. And I feel like he should be more 8th, 9th.
Yeah.
And because of that, I would not draft that man this year.
No doubt about it.
So he's in your top 10, but you wouldn't draft him, huh?
Nope. If the price ain't right. What did Bob Barker say to Adam Sandler? The price is wrong.
Yeah. You play to win the game.
All right. So let's see here. We're on with tight end 10 now. My tight end 10, Zach Ertz. As you stated before, 7, he is a little long in the tooth. He'll be 32 by the time the season starts. But like, you know, I feel like last year he finally stepped out of, you know, the shadow of being with Dallas Goedert out there. His targets dramatically improved once he got over to Arizona. And like, I know they said that he was top 3 in targets and top 5 in receptions post the trade. So who's to say, like, one full off season in that system, one full off season learning all the plays, more ways to incorporate them in the offense. And like we said earlier, DeAndre Hopkins is out for 6 games. You know, you might want to let him eat for those 6 games and then trade him around week 7 when DeAndre Hopkins comes back. Think ahead. But yeah, I feel like he could definitely have a fantastic year, and I still feel like he's gonna go late though. I feel like you're gonna be able to get him in the 9th round.
Right.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. Hey, great minds think alike. I had the same guy, Zach Ertz. Like I said, I really believe that Zach Ertz, he's nice, but I do think that, and you stole what I was gonna say. I said you play him for the first 6 games, he's gonna get his shine. Then you're gonna have Hollywood, you're gonna have D-Hop, and they both gonna shine, and they're gonna steal some of his targets. So if you definitely, you know what I'm saying, draft this man, eat, and it's gonna be hard to trade him because he's gonna eat, but trade them for what you can get and go ahead and move on. But I mean, I think that, you know, he's longer than 2, but tight ends at the same time can go a little bit longer. We see Kelsey.
Knowledge on him.
I mean, Kelsey's still killing, you know what I'm saying? You can be a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? They can use their body a little bit more, a little bit bigger, you know. Block, they don't catch all the time like a wide receiver. You know, they block sometimes as well, as y'all know. So I really think that Ertz, you know, he has some unfinished business, and he has some things to prove to Philly. You know what I'm saying? That he still has it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. For me, I went with Dawson Knox.
Oh,
No
right.
Emmanuel Sanders, no Cole
Talk about it.
Beasley. All you have is Gabriel Davis, who seems more like a touchdown, like a Mike Tolbert of receivers, where he just get the touchdowns, but the catches and yards really not effective. So he's a goal line, a red zone monster. But I took Dawson Knox as my tight end 10. He finished as number 11 last year, and he missed a couple games. Points per game, he was number 9, so 11-9. I put him at 10. A lot of upside, as Brother Fox mentioned. Not the most athletic guy, but it's the situation. He's in a pass-first offense with the overall QB consensus QB number 1 and Josh Allen, and that's the difference. That's the difference. If you put someone like a Kyle Pitts in Buffalo, shoots up the roof. But you know what? He's in a great situation. He got a great quarterback. I have him comfortable at 10. You could probably get him in the 10th, 11th round. I feel like he's not getting the respect that he should. So I got him as tight end 10. Who you got, Brother Fox, at 11?
I feel like this is where it's actually going to go off the rails. I feel like once you get past the top 10 tight ends, there's guys who've had talent but are like injury prone. Then there's, you know, everyone's going to have their own picks. Me, my number 11 is Robert Tonyan.
No doubt.
2020, you know, Robert Tonyan put up 600 yards, 11 tubs. You know, 2021, he tore his ACL in late October. You know, so I look at it as like Green Bay's coming into a situation where they have pretty much almost a brand new wide receiver core other than Lazard. And obviously they're going to have a familiar face coming back at the tight end position that's familiar with Aaron Rodgers and previously produced in the red zone. So I look at it like, hey, this is you're somebody that you can buy for extremely cheap, get at the end of your draft, you know, stash him on the bench and, you know, be able to use him, you know, strategically in certain matchups and be able to win you some football games. So yeah, he's my tight end 11, and I feel like you can get him in like the late 12.
No doubt
I haven't
about it.
been drafted, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Tanya, that's a great pick. Like you said, they don't have many people, so he definitely gonna eat. I think well, for my number was 11. I went with, like I said, you can't mistake the chemistry. 7, like you said. And I'm going with Gronk. You know, I think Gronk will be higher. I think Gronk is possible. I just want to see him on a team. You see him on the team, he goes up higher. You know what I'm saying? He moves up. He ain't in the league, but he will be in the league. And you know, that's why the virus was crying, you know what I'm saying, and ran off the field doing this number because Gronk was eating. You know what I'm saying?
Virus.
Yeah, the virus. You know what I'm saying? He was eating. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna eat. You know, I mean, he's a beast. He's did it, and he's gonna continue to do it. Brady's gonna make sure of it. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have, called him down if he wasn't gonna feed him. So he will resign, and he will get with them, and he will shine again. I mean, we were all surprised with his production last year, and he definitely gonna shine again this year.
Mike, we're gonna differ at the very, very end.
Oh yeah.
My tight end 11, I actually went with Logan Thomas.
Okay.
Former quarterback, probably is gonna play with the best quarterback that he's ever had, which is sad because his quarterback is Carson Wentz. But hey, with Heineke,
I like Heineke.
Before he got hurt, majority of the year, he was averaging 10.7. Hey, Pitts averaged 10.4. Logan Thomas averaged 10.7. They did draft another receiver. They do have Scary Terry in a contract year. but the man knows how to read an offense because he is a former quarterback.
Mhm.
If healthy, I have him as my tight end 11.
No doubt.
And you could get him at the back end of a 12th, 13th, 14th round. If you just completely punt tight end, Logan Thomas will be there for you and should get you a solid 7-8 points per game, bare minimum.
There you go.
That's right.
I'm gonna piggyback right off of 7. My number
Okay.
12 tight end is Logan Thomas. Like Tunyon, his 2020 production, he had 72 catches for 670 yards and 6 tubs, and that's with Tyler Heineke as his quarterback.
There you go.
Now it's like you said, he has the Carson Wentz, which is sadly one of the best quarterbacks he's ever had. And I believe Carson is an upgrade, and I hope that he returns to his 2020 form because he was showing out. He was showing out, and he deserves a decent contract. I do believe, you can get him 13th round or later. You can for sure stash him on a bench and use him as a trades piece if he turns out to be anything more than
I feel like he would be a good packaging with Hockenson.
Yes.
Or Kittle.
No doubt.
Because they're gonna miss some games, and he could be a plug and play. Maybe they play the Giants that week, and he go off for 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person who you played against comes to safe space complaining about this month started Logan Thomas and he got 19.
Help me.
Help me.
I know, right? I said, I went with a little bit different for my 12th. I said, I just throw a name out there. I said, Pat Blue Tent Freiermuth, or whatever, Freiermuth.
Oh, Pittsburgh?
Talk about it.
You got baby hands. You got baby hands out there. And what's a rookie's quarterback's best friend? I think it's going to be a tight end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got the wide receivers, and hopefully he'll hit those wide receivers. But
my man said baby hands.
Yeah. Until he plays, he ain't picking. He ain't picking until he show me something. You know what I'm saying? But I said, a quarterback, stepping into the NFL is a whole different ball game, and the pressure that he's going to see, he's not going to be able. The line looks bad. You know what I'm saying? So the pressure that he's going to see, he's going to have to get rid of that ball, and Blue Tit Pat will be there for him. If he don't, and I'm not knocking, all the concussions. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that he can get a handle on that because your career ain't gonna be long with the concussions. And so we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does this year. No doubt about it.
Cody Pickett.
And this off right, 7.
Cody Pickett is Alex Smith reincarnated.
Man, get out of here.
My tight end 12, I went with Hunter Henry.
Okay.
He finished last year as tight end 10, 10.3 per game. Finished right behind Pitt's points per game. Mac Jones checks down the ball. He throws the ball for accuracy, not for yardage. What's the easier completion than throwing to the tight end?
No doubt.
Name me another relevant fantasy football relevant Patriots receiver. Jacoby Myers.
Right.
He got to throw the ball to somebody. Hunter Henry is 12. I'll take it. He finished 10 last year, so me having him at 12 is 2 spots further than where he finished last year. And now they have a year. Now they have a year of experience together.
He was the number 2 tight end on his own team, though.
But he still finished 10.
True.
But he was so touchdown dependent. If he didn't score a touchdown, he literally was not in the game.
That's the position, brother.
Yeah.
I ain't got him at 6 and 7 now. I got him at 12.
It's Slim Pickens. Slim Pickens at the bottom.
I got him at 12.
Right.
What more do you want from me? That concludes our picks, man.
Who do y'all have? I mean, honorable mention real quick. You got any? I mean, because a lot of them at the end was honorable mention, to be honest with you. But I mean, my honorable mention, I throw a few out there. Like I said, y'all said Logan Thomas. I got Hunter Henry. I threw out Noah Fant, blue tent boy. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta throw him out there. I mean, if you're struggling, and at the end, Cole commit. You know what I'm saying? If you got, you know what I'm saying, just a spot on your roster and you didn't draft tight end like you should have early, then throw a few of these guys on your bench, man.
You got any honorable mentions, Brother Fox?
My only one was really Pat Fireman, and Big E killed it with the baby hands.
Yeah.
I had Fireman towards the end of the season last year after some injuries, and hey, he put up some production. Him and Big Ben had a connection, but it's like, is he gonna have that same connection with baby hands? We'll see.
We'll have to see.
Little finger, baby hand.
Yeah.
For me, I had Tunyon was in the cerebellum. I was thinking about Tunyon. I was also thinking about Gesicki. Gesicki is there he is. Albert, you gotta stay on my mind, bro.
Yeah, hey, Albert, y'all got like
over here. You got cameras and I don't know what you're doing, bro, but knock it off. I had Gesicki higher before the Tyreek Hill signing, and that's why I couldn't put him, because it's going to be difficult for him to have the quarterback in Tua, who is more accurate in the intermediate than Patrick Mahomes, to complete the Hill walk.
Christ, get out of here.
Yes.
Get out of here.
I'll
get out of here with that. Come on. Jesus.
It's hard for me to put him in there when he got those two receivers and Tua as his quarterback. But I was thinking Tunyon and I was thinking Gesicki when I was debating on whether having Hunter Henry as my 12. So that's my honorable mention.
Gesicki, the only reason why I didn't have him on my list, he lined up more at the receiver position than he did actually at like the tight end position. They had him either out in the slot or out wide quite a bit last year. And I'm afraid with bringing over Cedric Wilson, they paid him a lot of money. So they're going to play Cedric Wilson. And then, and then trading for Tyreek Hill. Plus, you got that plethora of running backs.
Plethora.
It's just, how much is he going to see the field? I don't know.
Oh, man, y'all crazy.
That concludes another episode of Fantasy Football Safe Space. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Shout out to the Fantasy Football Network. Shout out to Melon. Keep your ear to the streets for the Las Vegas Fantasy Football Conference coming in Las Vegas Labor Day weekend. Next week, we're just going to do a little freestyle, and then we're going to have our annual end of the month mock draft. Do you guys, brothers, have anything to add before we hand it over to Boom or Bust?
Hey, stay tuned to Boom or Bust. I still love that. We got a little talkative at the end, of the draft show. So hey, definitely stay tuned to Boom or Bust because we love that show. I'll be watching. I hope
leave us some comments. We're trying to get better for y'all. Leave us some comments ways how we can improve. We always trying to give you guys a good experience, and thank you guys for coming out as always.
All right, man. Take care. See y'all next Tuesday, 7:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Go Chiefs.
No doubt.